The NFL and the entire sports world was just hit with a major loss, and we go spotlight that on today's show. This is G&P, y'all, and we're talking Justin Jefferson and UFL playoffs because it's about that time. Hey, yo, baby, jump in and ride with me, vibe with me. Let's roll, dog.
Yo, Gridiron Nation. Come on. It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they remember my name. I got a hunger inside. When the numbers are tied, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied. I got them back on their heels, about to have me a meal. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the field. Take out the competition, they'll remember the name. The wicked one I always bring it, got my head in the game. Now it's all.
Man, it is that time of year, y'all. It's hot outside, man. Damn. I'm dealing with almost 100 degrees outside already. I think we hit 100 here this past week. But, it's about that time. Almost time to pull out the summer jam. What is up, y'all? Hey, I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. Welcome to Gridiron Nation Podcast 106, y'all. We are here ready to do this again as we do every single week, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the podcast that is made for the average hardcore football fan by the average hardcore football fan. Y'all are my people, so y'all already understand that's exactly what I am. What is up, familia? Hope you guys are out there feeling good, living well, and living blessed. As for me, I am here. I am chilling up in my studio, ready to rock with you guys, ready to ride with you guys, and ready to do this, man. Let's talk about it because we got a lot to get into. All right. We're gonna get into the UFL this week. That's probably what we're gonna start with. I didn't put out the question, okay, that I told you guys I was a couple weeks ago. One, I've been busy. Okay, let's just be real about that. One, I've been busy, and two, well, there's just been a lot of news going on just the last couple of days, but I haven't been as active on social media, man. I'm trying to lay off a little bit, but man, I've got so much going on with these other shows. All right, but that's why. Also, I did put it out on two different groups in social media. It was the question about what movie made you kind of ruined the song for you, and I didn't get hardly anybody saying anything, so I'm just gonna scrap it. Okay, because obviously, no, there's no movies out there that made y'all think of a freaking song that you liked and say, oh man, come on, y'all ruined it. Apparently, y'all love every damn song that you've ever loved, even when they put it in a bad movie. I don't know. That doesn't even have to be a bad movie. I'm just saying, I didn't get no responses, man. And I still ain't got no emails from you guys, man. What's going on out there? I'm starting to feel like this thing is slipping a little bit. All right. And if it is, let me know. I'm not seeing it in the streams and the numbers. I'm seeing the numbers still there. People are still listening. They're listening more than they're watching. Okay. So I need y'all to go on and just help me out. Get people to follow me on YouTube. Okay. I'm trying to get people to follow on there. And it's not working. But then again, like I said, I have not been that active on social media lately, other than my own personal pages. Just trying to keep them going, keep the algorithm, showing y'all what I'm posting and stuff. And that's about it. So I need you guys' help, man. So help your boy out. All right. Help your boy out. Guys, we'll be talking about the UFL. We are also going to be getting into some NFL news because we haven't had some NFL news over the last couple of weeks. Well, now we got some. Some of it is like good, big, cool. And then there's the news that was just kind of like broke me down a little bit. Now, I didn't break down, okay, but it was just like, man, it was tragic. And, it was Mr. Larry Allen himself, the greatest offensive lineman of all time. Stop hating JP. JP was being a hater, y'all. He was being a hater. Nah, but straight up, man, we're going to talk about that today and pay tribute to the man who I think is the best offensive lineman of all time. Definitely is the best offensive guard of all time. Okay. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into that today. And also, we're going to talk about what went on with Justin Jefferson because he just got himself a historic deal. Yeah, that's right. As did Christian McCaffrey. And there's a couple of no-shows, okay, mandatory minicamps as they have begun for some teams, not for every team, okay, but yeah, we're going to talk about it on today's show, y'all. So let's get rolling. Let's get right into it, y'all. UFL Week 10, right into the conference championships. Week 10 went down this past week, and it was good. It was good. There was some good games. There was a couple of boring games, though. Man, like Brahmas, Battlehawks. What was that? What was that? Roughnecks, Showboats. Oh, that was painful, man. It's painful to watch. My squad, though, we got it done by 1 point. We got it was a kind of revenge game against the DC Defenders this week. The Renegades did. And that was actually a very, very entertaining game. It was back and forth, man. The squads were playing hard. You wouldn't have been able to tell that both of these teams were out of it because the way they played like they were playing for something. And they were playing for something called pride, but they played like they were playing for a spot in the playoffs, man. You know what I mean? And so I got to give much respect to the Defenders. They brought it. My squad, the Renegades, we brought it. And it was a hell of a game. It was so far in the ratings, it was the highest rated game of the week. This is the one that got the closest to 1 million viewers. None of them got up to 1 million. But man, I was happy with the squad, man. They ended 3-7. Obviously, they're better than that record showed this year. They just had, man, there was about 3 games where they lost on the last play of the game. And, just it is what it is, man. But they won 32-31. DC finishes the season on a loss at 4-6. But I'm happy that the Renegades did this, man. I'm happy they went out with a W because at least now I know, there's 4 teams that are going to be in the conference championships, which we'll get to in a minute. But I'm like, at least my squad now, at least we can say the last game of the season, we ended with a win. There's only going to be one other team that gets to say that. Okay, now, Showboats can say that. They won. They beat Houston, so they won the number 1 pick in the draft, which is still like, I was cool with that. I don't know if I like the fact that they're giving them the first pick every single round. But whatever. It's not a big deal. But yeah, they won. They beat the Roughnecks 19-12, and that game was I couldn't finish watching it, man. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Okay, I couldn't. It was just some horrible football. It was horrible. It was ugly. But they got the win. All right, so they got their second win, and the Roughnecks end up being the only team to finish with only 1 win this season. Man, they got a lot of work to do. So do the Showboats. It's going to be an interesting offseason for these teams, for the Renegades in DC as well. Now, let's go to the teams that are I should say, conference championship bound. That was the Panthers at the Stallions this week. And, of course, we all talked about how all these teams are playing again next week. Okay. So the Panthers, they played well. Their defense played well, as I expected. But the Stallions, it was weird. The Stallions looked a little bit off. I don't think they showed their hand. Skip Holtz is a great coach. In my opinion, the best coach in the UFL. But he was not about to show everything, what they're doing this week. And you can tell because Adrian Martinez, his big asset this year has been his legs. He had no rushing attempts in that first half. Okay, they started using him a little more to run in the second half on 3rd downs. And on a couple of the 4th downs, they went for it. But other than that, they were reining him in. And I honestly, I got to think it was so obvious because what they're trying to do is they're trying to protect him for next week for the USFL Conference Championship. So, of course, the game was close. Panthers played a great game. Stallions, not so much. Stallions still got the win. What does that tell you? That tells me that if the Stallions are going to bring in playing at their best next week, that game is not going to be a problem for them. I don't see the Panthers winning next week. I really don't. But we'll get into that a little bit more in a second because there was one more game that went down here in week 10, and this was also a preview of a conference championship, the XFL Conference Championship to be exact. It was the San Antonio Brahmas at the St. Louis Battlehawks. And they're going right back to St. Louis, y'all, because the Battlehawks won this one 13-12. This was another game that was like, okay, I did see some good defense, but for the most part, I mean, I didn't see a lot of good running game. No, not really. I didn't see the quarterbacks doing much. Neither quarterback went over 200 yards passing. So it's going to be interesting to see. Now, let's just remember, Kirkland went over 100 yards, 127 receiving yards for the Brahmas, but that's pretty much about it. There ain't that much going on offensively. I think the Battlehawks will be better next week. The Brahmas needed that home field, though. I really feel like they do. They did. And it's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen. So let's look ahead to the conference championships next week. All right, we got, like I said, we got Michigan. They will be going back to the Stallions. They will be back on the road. Sorry, my freaking stupid thing here messed up. I'm trying to get this back up. All right, we got the Panthers at the Stallions. Oh, they have a baby or what? That's nasty, Holmes. Bunch of vatos on each team. Panthers at the Stallions. That's going to be 1 p.m. Mountain Time here, our time. It's going to be at Protective Stadium on ABC, Sirius XM channel 83. If you want to listen to it on Sirius XM. Panthers go into this ending the season 7-3 on a very, very close loss, of course, to the Stallions. That on last week. Stallions go into 9-1, man. I like the Stallions to win this game. I think Adrian Martinez will be back to using his legs. You know, but Panthers defense still gonna bring it, man. That whole front seven is very good, very, very good. And I think they're going to keep it close. But I like the Stallions to win by 7. I'm gonna go with that. I feel like the Stallions still are the best team. I do think the Battlehawks, if you got both the Battlehawks and Stallions, if they were both playing at their best on a neutral field or in St. Louis, could it happen in the championship? I think St. Louis can beat them. But we don't know if St. Louis is going to get there, all right? Because they got to deal with the Brahmas, who have been playing some ridiculously good defense over the last few weeks, man. I can't even front on that. Brahmas have been balling out on defense. And they're going to have to this week because you're going to have a Battlehawks team that's going to be, man, that place is going to be rocking because St. Louis has not had a professional football playoff game there in how long it been? Anybody know? I don't know. I should have done my research, but that's just an example. I can't even think because that has to be back since Kurt Warner and the Rams were there. It's a long time. So they're yearning for some playoff football, man. It's a playoff atmosphere for the Battlehawks anytime they're at home. Now imagine what it's going to be like this week. Yeah, that's going down on Sunday. That's going to be on Fox, y'all. Sirius XM channel 83, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Oh, man. I like A.J. McCarron to win this game, but man, something just keeps telling me that Brahmas defense is just going to be hell. They're going to bring hell with them. Do I stick with the Battlehawks to win this game? Jacob Sailors has been running the ball very well this year. Okay, so there's that. I don't know, man. I am undecided because I feel like my mind has been changing just a little bit. Okay. Now, I do got to wonder who's going to be running the ball for the Brahmas. Who will be running the ball for the Brahmas this week? It was Morgan Allison last week. Interesting. This is going to be interesting because I really feel like if the Brahmas can get themselves with their team. I know, are they fully healthy? They've got some injuries. That's the problem. Brahma's got some injuries, but I really feel that if they can just put it together for one game with the guys that they have offensively, I'm saying, because defensively, I don't know what they're doing, man. I mean, they're just they are being stingy with everybody they're playing right now. But offensively, I feel like this team has struggled offensively all year, other than the run game. Now, is McFarland going to be back? He did not play. He did not suit up last week. I don't know. It's a little too early in the week to tell. We haven't gotten the injury reports yet. So, but Morgan Allison ain't no slouch, man. The thing is, while I'm sitting here talking about the San Antonio Brahmas defense, got to remember that St. Louis defense is still the top pass defense in the league. Okay. I already told you, I'm not impressed with what I've seen at quarterback in the passing game from the Brahmas this season. Okay. They made some plays here and there, but it has not been consistent. So, with that said, I am going with the St. Louis Battlehawks to win this ball game. I like for the championship to go down in St. Louis. And, come on, let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. The UFL wants this championship game to be in St. Louis with the Battlehawks hosting it. Okay. I know it's already in St. Louis, no matter who's there. But and people have probably already bought their tickets. I know St. Louis fans have because they're assuming their squad's going to be there. But what happens if it's the Brahmas and Michigan? Is it the same interest as if it's the Battlehawks and the Stallions? Or maybe even if it's the Brahmas and the Stallions, because the Stallions, they wouldn't mind a little bit of payback, an opportunity for some payback. That's the one blemish that they've had over the last couple years, was that loss a couple weeks ago to the Brahmas. But I like the Battlehawks to go on and host. I call it hosting the championship game, because that game's going to be on Sunday, June 16th. It's going to be in St. Louis at the Dome at America's Center, no matter who's there, no matter which teams win. But the UFL, they want St. Louis there because they know how rowdy that crowd's going to be. They want that championship to be loud, rowdy, and crazy, and it will be if the Battlehawks are in this. But I got to be real with you guys, man. If the Battlehawks make this, it ain't even going to be fair to Michigan or to Birmingham, because it's going to be a home game. It's going to be a championship home game for St. Louis. But it is what it is. That's the best place they can have it, because that's the only place that they're going to get a rocking crowd at. You feel me? So, yeah, that's who I got winning this week. I got Birmingham edging out a close one-score game against the Panthers. And I like St. Louis to win, we'll say by 9. All right? Over the Brahmas. But, man, something's telling me that Brahmas defense is going to give them an opportunity to win there at the end. We're going to find out, man. We're going to find out. But it's about that time. Real quick, for those of you watching on Fuel, for me just to, hit a quick break real quick, y'all. So stay posted, and I'm going to be right back. All right, Gridiron Nation. Welcome back to Gridiron Nation 106, all my familia out there. Hope you guys are out there feeling good, man, and just chilling with me on this Tuesday evening. If you're listening to it tonight or watching it up on YouTube, I know I got it up. I'm getting it up kind of late tonight. I apologize for that, but if you're doing it after a couple days later, next day, whatever, man, it don't matter. I just appreciate you guys supporting the show, listening to the show, watching the show up on YouTube. Please do me a favor, continue to share the page, continue to share the channel, and share the audio episodes, man. And I really appreciate y'all for riding with me for these last couple of years, man. Let's make it grow. Let's make it grow. That's all I'm saying, man. Now it's time to keep rolling on, y'all. It is time to get into some NFL news. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Justin Jefferson has landed a record deal. Okay. We will get into what this means here in a little bit, as you can see there on the graphic. I'm talking, if you're watching it on YouTube, CD Lamb, Brandon Ayuk or no shows. T. Higgins has not signed his tag yet. Now, we don't know if he's going to show up. I don't expect him to show up if he's not signed with a new deal. The Bengals, I don't believe their training camp has not begun yet. Their mandatory camp. I don't believe that starts until June 11th. Okay, so they got a couple days to get something done, man. Is Jamar Chase going to show up? I don't know. Your guess is about as good as mine. But he's wanting a new deal as well. But the two teams that have begun their mandatory minicamp, which is the Dallas Cowboys, okay, and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, CD Lamb, I'm not surprised by this as a Cowboys fan. I am not. He's wanting that new deal, and I think they're going to get a deal done. Some of that money just got freed up for the Cowboys from the post-June cuts and Michael Gallup specifically, who's now with the Raiders. Now, after the June 1st, now that freed up some money, a few $1 million for them to go on. So we'll see what the Dallas Cowboys do. Now, Michael Parsons is there, so everybody was hating on him about not being in voluntaries. Y'all can kiss my ass. All right, I told y'all he was going to be there. Oh, and by the way, that dude y'all love to hate on, Cowboys fans, Dak Prescott, yeah, he's been there. He's been there since the beginning of voluntaries, man. So y'all stop hating on my dude. You can kiss my ass if you don't like Dak Prescott. If you're a Cowboys fan. If you're not a Cowboys fan, then I understand. I get it. All right. So now, Brandon Ayuk, this is big. This is big because he wants that new deal. I don't know what the team plans to do, man. Because after the 2024 season, I believe 2025 is the final year on Deebo Samuel's contract. What are they planning to do? Deebo's got, he's got a horrible contract, man. He does. He does. So at least for the team, it's bad for the team, which is why it's going to be hard to move him, because some teams don't want to pick up that contract for a guy who does what he does. Like, he has to be in a certain situation where he can really ball out, which is why he fits so well in the scheme there in San Francisco with Shanahan. So if I'm them, I'm like, okay, let's get rid of him if we can. Okay, and let's re-sign Ayuk, because Ayuk's got a lot of tread on those tires, man. But that also depends on if they're planning to keep the scheme going there. Man, Jennings just got himself a new deal, so he's staying. I don't know, man. Brandon Ayuk, could he be there by week 1? Maybe. But y'all got to remember, once they start missing mandatories, they can get fined up to $100,000 a day. And that's like taking money out of their pocket, man. So he may be there. I mean, that's a lot of money, man, to leave on the table. But I don't know. I don't know if Brandon Ayuk is going to if he's going to want to stick around there after this. Maybe they do pay him. Hell, we could get some news tomorrow, because Nostradamus like myself is talking about this now. And then as soon as I get it uploaded, get it out there to y'all, and it's going to be breaking news. Brandon Ayuk and CD Lamb have signed new deals. Because that's just how it goes for me, man. You feel me? So I don't know, man. I do think, though, that Brandon Ayuk is a guy that, while he is a wide receiver too there, if he goes elsewhere at some point, he's going to be a wide receiver 1. Believe that. All right. I think CD Lamb will get a deal. T. Higgins still hasn't signed his tag. Oh, I think he'll sign it, because that's still a lot of money to leave on the table, that those franchise tags guarantee them, and it's all fully guaranteed money. So I think he needs to sign that. Go out and play, man. Screw it, man. Go out and play. The problem is the team could franchise tag him again next year. That's not what he wants. He wants a deal. He wants that long-term thing, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Trade him then. That's the way I see it. They may just let him walk after this year. I talked about it this before. Cincinnati just go draft themselves a wide receiver 2 next year because Tyler Boyd's gone already. T. Higgins, though, you're too talented, man. Don't let him treat you like that, dog. All right, just don't come to the NFC East. That's all I'm asking. Unless it's Dallas, but that ain't happening. That ain't happening. All right. So that's what we got. That's how this Justin Jefferson deal affects them. Now, let's look at this Justin Jefferson deal a little bit because this is major, y'all. Like that boy got paid. When I say he got paid, oh, he got paid. 4 years, $140 million. Man, my dude just made some money, man. 4 years, $140 million, $35 million guaranteed per year. Not guaranteed per year. My bad. I'm looking at the guarantee on the bottom. $110 million guaranteed. Let me backtrack that. That's $35 million a year. Okay, $110 million of that 140 is going to be fully guaranteed. So it don't matter if he doesn't play, if he's injured, whatever. He's going to make $110 million minimum. Minimum. This is a big, big deal, y'all. Big deal. And this definitely affects the CD Lamb deal, impending deal. This definitely will affect Brandon Ayuk. I don't think Brandon Ayuk's going to try to get that record-setting number. I don't think that's what he wants. But he's going to want something close to this. Now, we could be looking at Brandon Ayuk wanting $130 million. Who knows? I don't know if he'll get it. The Niners, where they done messed up is that they've got him. They can't trade him for a first-round pick. They tried. Nobody wants that because they decided to label him as a wide receiver 2. So guess what? That works against you on the trade market. But you guys already tried to shop him as a wide receiver 1. So now he's saying, all right, y'all see me as a wide receiver 1, so pay me as a wide receiver 1. 49ers got a problem on their hands with that. As far as CD Lamb, though, I think CD Lamb probably could top this. I'm thinking 143, 145 million. Same with Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is another guy who is waiting for that new deal. We think he's going to get it. He is going to get it. He's going to get it in Cincy. They're not letting him go nowhere. But both, this is that situation I talked about a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? I don't remember. I remember talking about it though, where I said that what's going to happen with the receivers right now is going to be what happened with the quarterbacks last week, where you had like these 3-4 quarterbacks where everyone was getting signed, and each one was setting the market record, setting the new market. That could happen here. Justin Jefferson just got paid. CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase are probably both going to top that. We'll see. We'll see how it works out, though. But I think the stupidest thing that Jerry Jones and them did was when they came out and say, "Yeah, we're comfortable just waiting for Justin Jefferson to get his money." What? Oh, so you wanted your dude? Okay, you could have had him at 440 here, and now you could have made the Vikings up theirs to Justin Jefferson. But I don't know, man. Jerry just man, he's gone senile. He's losing it. His son doesn't know what the hell he's doing either. It's just a mess over there. I'm glad we got Dak Prescott though, because he's gonna make use of CD Lamb and all 145 million now those dollars, whatever the hell he's gonna get. But he is gonna get paid. Justin Jefferson though, 4 years, 140, 110 guaranteed, 35 mil a year. Much respect, man. He done got paid. Now, let me ask you guys this. Ponder this, okay, for the week. I asked you guys last week, and I want to ask you again, and I want you guys to tell me this on social medias or in person or something during the week. This will be the question I put out there. It's what I asked last week. Are the wide receivers, is the market too high now? Okay, we could say what we want about the quarterbacks, but one thing why I have no problem with the quarterbacks getting paid what they do is because these are the guys that control everything on that offense on the field. These are the guys that when they lose, they take the heat. Okay, yes, when they win, they get the glory, but when they lose, man, they get blamed bad, even when it's not their fault. Right? These are the guys that, other than the center, are touching the ball on every single play. They're having to read these defenses audible. Everything is going based on what your quarterback is doing, pre-snap and post-snap. Okay, locker room, they're your leaders. So I have no problem with it. Again, like I said last week, I don't mind the receivers getting paid. Y'all make your money, get your money. The market decides what you're worth. But has the market gotten too high? I feel like it has, because these guys are not, they don't have the impact playing every single play, every single down that the quarterbacks do. That, I'm just being real. I love me some wide receivers, man. Y'all know this. But man, it's gotten a little bit too high, because now these guys are getting, like, we're going to be looking at like 15% of a team's cap for a wide receiver. Man, sometimes these guys don't even get a throw to them. You know, in certain plays, some of these guys get shut down for an entire game. So think about that. All y'all out there in Gridiron Nation, think about it. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna ask y'all this week, and I'll read them next week, man, because I want to know what you guys think, man. And if you're okay with it, I'm cool. Just give me your reasons why. I love a debate. This is a good one. Who knows? Some of y'all might, most of y'all might agree with me. I don't know. But holler at your boy, all right? And we'll talk about it. All right? We'll talk about it. So now, before I get to the final and really the big news of this show, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and head out to one more, just one more. Sorry, y'all. I'm having having a rough one today. Okay, it's just been a little bit of a this afternoon, man. But I'm gonna head out to one more break, y'all. For those of you watching on Fuel, so don't go nowhere, y'all. This is Gridiron Nation 106, baby. One more break, and then we come back, and we're gonna talk about the greatest of all time. All right, Larry Allen. So Gridiron Nation 106, familia. Do not go nowhere. All right. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Gridiron Nation 106. I don't know if I mentioned this, y'all. I know I talked about the Christian McCaffrey getting a new deal. I didn't give you the numbers on the specifics. 2-year extension. Okay, $38 million. Dude gonna be making $16 million a year. He's gonna be the highest paid. Now, there's a couple other guys making about $15 million, but he is gonna now be the highest paid running back in the game right now, as it should be, because he was the best running back in the league last year. He's been among the elite running backs for the last few years. He's been able to stay healthy. So I think this was a great deal. Now, the problem here, though, with the Christian McCaffrey deal is this makes Brandon Ayuk even more like, oh, yeah? What up, man? Where's my money? Where's my money? Y'all paying people. Y'all out here paying people. Where's my money? I ain't going to camp. What you think of that? And they're like, well, we'll tell you what you think, what we think of it when we're fining your ass $100,000. But Christian McCaffrey, 2 years, $38 million extension, $16 million a year. Much deserved, man. Definitely much deserved. So now let's keep rolling on, guys, because it's about that time to get into, the news of the day, the big topic of the day, man. Cowboys Hall of Fame guard, Larry Allen, has passed away. This was just yesterday. What am I today? I'm sorry. This was 2 days ago. It was just reported yesterday that we found out, man. But man, this one's big, man, because I grew up. Y'all understand that I grew up, of course, a Cowboys fan. Emmitt Smith, my favorite player of all time. Him, Everson Walls. And as I got into the 90s as a teenager, mid 90s is when Larry Allen came into the league. He was drafted in 1994 out of Sonoma State, And there was 9 other offensive linemen that got drafted before this man. He was drafted in the second round, y'all. 9 other guys drafted before him, offensive line players. And he went on, in my opinion, to become the greatest offensive lineman of all time. Without a doubt, the greatest offensive guard of all time. And if any of y'all got any no, he wasn't. Okay, bring it with your debate on who you have it was. We'll put film together, all this stuff, man. Because most of Larry Allen's highlight reel is just him dominating people, and most you cannot fit all his highlights into like a 1-minute highlight reel, 2 minutes. This man was so dominant, among the most dominant offensive linemen of all time, among the most dominant offensive football players of all time. Larry Allen, 2013 first ballot Hall of Famer. Okay, there was at some point in his 12 years with the Cowboys, at some point he played every single position on that offensive line other than center. He played right guard, he played left guard, right tackle, left tackle at some point. And he played dominant every time he did. Didn't matter where he was. He was dominant. It was the all-decade team in 2 different decades, which is a rare thing, okay, in the 90s and the 2000s. All-decade team for both decades. Crazy. 11-time Pro Bowl selection, 7-time first-team All-Pro. Man was a monster, y'all. Super Bowl 30 champion. He was a part of that team. And the thing about Larry Allen was his strength. I mean, the guy was just, he won the NFL strongest man competitions that they would have, during Pro Bowl week, like a number of times, man, like more than anybody ever has. I believe in 2006 Pro Bowl, he has that video that you've been seeing. Now y'all seen all these videos that people are posting up and everything like that right now. It was the 2006 Pro Bowl where it's like 225 pounds on the bench, man, on the bar. And he does 43 reps like nothing, man. It's ridiculous. I'm like, man, that's me. That's me. 225 pounds, man. I'm like 220, and he's just like nothing, man. You just see him pushing it like nothing. It's crazy. There's the other video when he bench pressed 700 pounds in the locker room, and the freaking locker room went crazy. He's said to have been in the locker room also squatting 900 pounds. Insane, the strength of this man. And then you hear his former teammates and coaches and people who know him talk about him. And they call him this gentle giant off the field. And it was crazy because he had a mean streak. He did. And that's scary for somebody as big and strong as this dude. And you would see it sometimes on the field. He didn't say much, but he would let that mean streak out at times. And that was the right place to do it, if I'm being real. It was the right place to do it. And, I mean, the 6'3", 335 pounds. All right. Y'all remember, I think it was my most memorable play for him. And for a lot of people, you've probably been seeing this circulating on social media the last 2 days as well. It was the game against the Saints. Okay, 19. Now was it? I cannot remember the year. But it was the one against the Saints, and Troy Aikman, he throws an interception. I believe the ball gets tipped or something, and his linebacker, Darian Connor from the Saints, catches it at the 28-yard line. Now, at the time, because it got tipped back behind the line, at the time, you can see in the video that Larry Allen is standing at the 32-yard line, okay? He's just standing there. Ball gets tipped around. Connor catches it at the 28. Boom, he's gone. Going for the end zone, baby. Pick 6 on the way. And out of nowhere, it's crazy. Yeah, you see 335-pound Larry Allen just come streaking, man, downfield. The dude was hauling ass, running his ass off. Saved a pick 6, man. He got to Connor, man. Tackled his ass, took him out of bounds. And it's my favorite play from Larry Allen because to see a man that big moving like that, I got nothing for me. I mean, that puts me to shame. I'm like, wow, what am I doing with my life? What have I done with my life? Because I sure as hell ain't doing shit as impressive as that. That's for sure, man. But it did save the pick six. That's my most memorable moment. But there were so many, man. We're talking about it today at work. How John Madden loved his offensive lineman, and I remember during the time of Larry Allen, the two people that John Madden just loved talking about was Larry Allen and Runyon from the Eagles, man. And he would always key in on Larry Allen during a big play, because you were always seeing Larry Allen, whether it was a big run, whether it was in pass protection, he was blowing people up. You hear defenders will talk about it all the damn time. John Randall, when the NFL films did their greatest players of all time, and it came to Larry Allen, John Randall was the one talking about it. And John Randall's one of the defensive greats of all time. Y'all know this. Okay, Minnesota Vikings. And he just talks about when you went up against this dude, like you would get linebackers, everybody, like we don't know what to do, man. You could not do anything to get by this dude. Okay, you could not outmuscle him. You cannot try to go through him. It was hard to go around him because if he got his hands on you, he was just gonna launch you. And that's the way everybody who talks about playing him says it. That it didn't matter. When you went up toe to toe with Larry Allen, and that ball was snapped, he was going to launch you. And that's what he did. There was so many videos, so many highlights of him just launching defenders like they're nothing. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. The greatest offensive lineman of all time, in my opinion. JP, stop being a hater. What's up, brother? Much respect. But definitely, I think the greatest guard of all time. And I really feel like if there was one thing that Larry Allen, I wish could have happened more for him, obviously as a Cowboys fan, also would have been more Super Bowls. But he didn't need it, man. He was there for Super Bowl 30. That was only his second year in the league. I believe that was his first year starting. So, and that was already when the whole Great Wall of Dallas was already gone. Okay, so he was kind of taking over and leading the new pack of their offensive line, man. But man, I mean, what can I say? I cannot say enough about Larry Allen. The smile, laughter, Hall of Famer, first ballot. But of course, we all knew that that's deserved. And I don't think it's going to be hard for another lineman to be as dominant as he was for his entire career for 12 years. So dominant every single play. And it was just a joy to watch this man launch people. As a Cowboys fan, it was a joy to watch him dominate people, to watch that strength, man. And then you see him laughing afterward, man. And it was like that contagious smile when you look at it, to see somebody so big, so strong, when he's got that mean streak on the field, and then you see him off the field and he's laughing, man, and he's hugging dudes. And it was just a joy to watch his career. At a time when I was very highly influenced getting into football. I was already really into football, but from my teenage years and up, I watched a lot of Larry Allen, obviously. And man, I'm just glad that I was actually here to watch him play, able to enjoy watching him play every single week, even when we lost. Larry Allen is one of those guys that even when we lost, he did his job, and he did it in dominant fashion, even in a loss. So much, much respect to Larry Allen. My prayers and thoughts go out to his family, his wife Janelle, and he leaves behind her and his kids, Jayla, Loriana, and Larry the third. And my prayers and thoughts are with them. And man, it's crazy. Nobody knows what happened. They were on vacation or something in Mexico City, I believe. And 52 years old. That just came out that he has passed away. Nobody knows yet. I'm sure we'll find out at some point whether it was was it hearts related? Was it? I don't know. It's just that's just speculation. All right, guys, that's all that is. But I do know that You know, sports world lost a good one. They lost a great one, a legendary one, way too soon at 52 years old, y'all. You kidding me? I think about that. I'm like, man, that dude, he's 6 years older than me. Hmm. Puts a lot of things into perspective. Puts a lot of things into perspective. You feel me? So, just one more time, gonna say it, man. Larry Allen, the greatest to ever do it. Much respect. And I was very, very blessed and just lucky to be able to watch your entire career, Larry Allen, and just enjoy it. Enjoy it as a Cowboys fan, man. So, yeah, yeah. But let me know what y'all think, man. We can talk about it if you want. Whatever you guys think, man. Hit me up with your emails. GridironNationPodcast at gmail.com. Are you guys going to send me some questions or not? You know who I want? I want my boys. I had a couple of soldiers. Over the last couple of years, I've gotten a couple of emails from them that were overseas in Japan. Now, I do not know. I'm going to look for those email addresses again and see if I can get in touch with them. If y'all still listening out there, okay, shoot me something. Shoot me something. Let me know y'all still there. How you living? Shoot me a question, and we'll talk about it, man. Now that the off season for the NFL is officially over, and now we're getting into training camp. Oh, it's time to start talking NFL. UFL's coming to an end here within the next 2 weeks, guys. So it's going to be time. It's going to be time where NFL takes over everything. They kind of already are. But for people like me who love spring football, the UFL is still there. All right. So let's talk about it, y'all. Hit me up. Shoot me your emails. All right. And we'll get on it. And I've got the scroller going down there with all my socials. Okay. So if you're watching on YouTube, follow me on TikTok, on Twitter, X. I still call it Twitter. I don't care. Oh, I still call Washington the Redskins, okay? I still call Oñate High School out here. It's Oregon Mountain, but I still call it Oñate. Hit me up on my Instagram also on there, okay? So for those of you listening, though, all right, that do not have the privilege of watching this on YouTube, I got you. Instagram, GGarcia_gridiron, at GGarcia_gridiron. Follow me on X. My handle is at @1 Gridiron Nation, @1 Gridiron Nation. On Facebook, you can find me at Gridiron Nation and the #1, or just type in Gridiron Nation Podcast and it'll pop up. On TikTok, what the fuck was that? On TikTok, damn, man. Shit, man. I need a beer. Straight up, man. I need a drink or something, man. Look, I got Gatorade, though. It's all gone. TikTok, not TikTok. Do I need a TikTok? No, I'm all right. I'm cool. TikTok at Garcia.grid. Okay. It changed from Gridiron Nation Podcast. It's TikTok at Garcia.grid. Same page. If you're already following me on there, don't worry about it. It's okay. I just changed the handle on it. And on YouTube, look me up on Gridiron Nation Podcast. All right, y'all. Be sure to subscribe. Please share it. Like the videos. And I would really appreciate that. Okay. You can catch Gridiron Nation every single Tuesday evening. I'll be putting this up in just a little bit. Right now, we're looking at, oh, man, it's getting late. I got to get this thing out there. It's not going to be up till like 10 o'clock. Damn. But every Tuesday evening, okay? And don't forget, on Hellraisers Podcast, y'all, representing the fan base of the Arlington Renegades, the only podcast doing that. All right? Fridays on Spotify, on the United Football Media channel on YouTube, and on Friday mornings on the Field Network and their social medias. They will also be streaming it, y'all. So y'all be sure to follow me on my Hellraisers out there where you at. Arlington Renegades season coming to a close. We still going to talk about it, though. All right? And don't forget, y'all, my new show. I've got one episode in. Y'all go on and follow it, subscribe to it, okay, on YouTube. All right? Just look up Off the Grid with Gabe Garcia. It's there. Available on YouTube and all audio streaming platforms. I'm still having my issues with Tidal and with Apple right now. Okay, they're playing games with me, y'all. I'm going to stand for this. But it's everywhere else. If it's not, let me know, and I'll make sure I get it there. Okay, and I got a big one coming up this week, y'all. Episode 2 will be dropping this Sunday. And you guys have heard me talk about Young MC as being my biggest influence in getting me to write hip-hop and write lyrics, write rhymes. I was able to lock up an interview with him, y'all, and it was a good one. It goes about an hour long, okay? But man, if you're into, especially if you know somebody who's a songwriter, have them watch this episode, okay? Because he breaks down the bar structures, everything, man. We talk about old school hip hop. We talk about Bust a Move and the impact it's had on not just hip hop, but on pop culture. All right, we talk about a lot of stuff, man, and it was just such a great interview, and I'm so thankful for him doing this, man. So, yeah, Young MC, Grammy award winning hip hop artist. Yeah, how many people could say that, man? They got to interview a Grammy award winner, man. I was one, and he was one of the first to ever win an award for another rap category, y'all. So that's big. That's big, man. But y'all be sure I'm gonna be putting that out Sunday at noon Mountain Time. Okay, we'll be on YouTube and on all the other platforms, man, audio platforms. So y'all be sure to check it out because I'm very proud of this one. And I'm already looking ahead, man. I got some people locally here that I'm about to be putting some shows on. I have a few people that said they were down. And then when it came down to try to do the interview this week, nobody wants to respond. I'm like, all right, I see how it is, man. I won't be petty. I'll try not to be. I have a hard time not being petty with shit like that, but you know how it is, y'all. So y'all be sure to log it in, man. Off the Grid episode 2 featuring Grammy Award winning artist Young MC this Sunday, June 9th at noon. Okay. I'll be putting it out at noon all over Mountain Time. All right. So y'all be sure to I'll be sure to be ready to join me on that ride, man. And hope you guys enjoy it. I'm about to get out of here, guys. I'm sorry. I was not ready with a message this week, man. It's been hectic. As it is today, I barely put the show together today for this one. So I'm sorry if I seemed a little bit off. I apologize for that, man. Hopefully it was still a good show for you guys, man. But either way, we still end it with the same message that we always do. Okay. Some of y'all going through some stuff right now. I told y'all, things been hectic for me. We're dealing with some things here, a little bit things here at home. Some of y'all dealing with some things in your home. Some of you dealing with it at your job. I know I'm dealing with it at my job. Yeah, JP, you know what yeah. But whatever it is, y'all, just try to take a minute. Don't let it. One thing you cannot let it do is turn you into that bad person. Because we all have that bad side of us. We're human. That's the way it is. We all got that bad side of us, but it comes down to us not allowing that bad side to always come out. Sometimes it's going to come out. Like you mess with my family, or that bad side's coming out. Okay. You mess with something like that, you mess with my job, you mess with something like that, that bad side's coming out. Certain things like that. May mess with my money, something like that. You mess with me all you want. It's all good. But certain things, the bad side can come out. But certain things, it can kind of get you to want it. To the stress will kind of get you up there, like ready to lose it. You know what I mean? You cannot allow it to have you do that, y'all. So what you need to do is just take a step back, look at this whole situation, and say, I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna deal with it the right way. All right. Eventually, you're gonna find a way around that problem. Okay, either around it or through it or over it. Either way, you're going to adapt, you're going to evolve, and you're going to flow around it, through it, over it, whatever it is. Okay, because what you need to do is you just need to flow right around it or break it. Because what did Bruce Lee say, y'all, about water? What does it do? He said, this is like a pop quiz, man. If we were live, I'd be asking y'all. All right, children, what have you learned from Gridiron Nation podcast? But he says it. Water can flow. Okay, be soft, silent, serene, flow right around. Or it can crash, man. Water can break stone. It can break mountains, man. It wears it. You know what I'm saying? So the key is here. Whether you decide to go through the problem, over the problem, or flow around it, what do? Yeah, that's right. The words of the great Bruce Lee. Be water, my friends. I'm going to catch you guys on the B-side next week, baby. Yeah, that's right. Don't forget Hellraiser's podcast on Friday. Don't forget Off the Grid featuring Grammy Award-winning artist Young MC on Sunday. And I'll be back here in this chair again right there, baby. Gridiron Nation podcast, y'all. My name is Gabriel Garcia. I will catch you guys next week, baby. Y'all be sure to hit me up with your emails. All right, don't be greedy with your questions, y'all. I'll catch you guys next week. Hey, it's all one love, man. Peace.
Boys lyrically blessed, eating all my competition for dinner, cause I'm a winner. Sometimes my heart is sick, but inside lurking a sinner. Better come with a plan, I got my fans in the stands. If you don't know, well, they gon' tell you Wicked One is the man. Who gonna let them know? The power